Hello. Oh, welcome to Baby Steps Tarot, Esoteric, Astrology, whatever. It's Baby Steps Tea, and let's just call it what it is. Or we can just say BST. Anyways, my name is Marbird. At least that's my name on this channel. You'll have to check out the other ones to see what else you got going on under the hood. But anywho, thank you for joining us here. And if you're new, welcome. If you're an oldie, I appreciate you very, very much. I love the OGs, the Daughter of Wind, the DOW crew. Okay, I'm being all, yeah. I figured I would do the gossip reads when I'm just like in a high vibe, flying mood, you know, like keeping it above the fray. You can go see my private group over on Clapper. I haven't been over there in so long. It's terrible of me, but it's a real thing. It's not a disease. It's an actual social media platform. That being said, let's get into the gossip. All right, pile number one. I don't have any crystals. Do I have things? I have things we can do. Oh, I do have things. Ooh. Okay, pile number one. You are the bundle of sage. Pile number one, bundle o sage. Is it sage's dragon's blood? Something along those lines. I don't know. I purchased it from a friend, an acquaintance. Let's see here. The next up is going to be this money spice. I didn't even know there was such a thing, and it was gifted to me, and I love it so much. Money Spice by the African Witch Bitch. It's www.africanwitchbitch.com. And that's also where pile number three comes from, the commanding oil. The bottle's a little gross, but it's amazing. I can't even tell you. The stuff is pretty on point. I didn't even like believe in it. And like now I'm like, how do I get me some more? Where? How do I get me some more? I go to the African Witch Bitch. Commanding oil, it's kind of just like it's like being on steroids in high school. I was going to say something else, but that would be too politically incorrect. Okay. So, I should probably keep these up here. Do I remember what order I had them in? Yes, I do. Okay, so if you pick pile number one, the sage, the dragon's blood sage. Let's see. Okay, we are going to get, I'm working with the Chris Ann, so everybody's seen the Light Seers Tarot. This is the Muse Tarot, and this is also by Chris Ann. It's more like collage style. I mean, her original, the Light Seers, is just, oh my gosh, my nose is itching so, oh, come on in, spirit. Oh my gosh, my nose never itches. I mean, it does, but like, I mean, if anybody's watched my readings, it happens just once in a while. Or like in a regular reading, not usually on my, okay. Pile number one, pile number one. I'm like, let me reshuffle this. Oh my gosh. Isn't there like a saying there, like if your nose itches, or is that your ear itch or your palm? I know it's palms itching, it's money. Ears tingling or something like that. Nose itching, like I didn't know anything about the nose itching, and like, yeah, I didn't know anything about that until I knew about it. If you know, you know. It's Hooligan Sunday. I'm doing it. Are we taking these? No, we are not. We are not taking these in reverse. Is this for you? Life is speeding up. What's the gossip on you? I'm like, oh my gosh, we're 4 minutes. Okay, we'll just call it at 4 minutes. You know what? We're doing what we're doing. I am who I am. I'm going to be who I be. Life is speeding up. There is momentum. Can you feel it? You might have a lot of like Saturnian placements just because Saturn going into Pisces. Well, there's that, and then Gemini, Mars getting out of Gemini. I mean, Mars is the planet that is the planet of action, and it is finally out of the like headspace of Gemini, like, what should I do? Where should I go? What should I do? And like it's in Cancer where I don't think it's debilitated. I don't know that much. That's why we have the new channel, right? Because we're going to figure all this stuff out together. I'm not going to just learn all of it and come and say to you, I know all of the things because I have a YouTube channel. No, we're not going to do that. So what's the gossip of my pile number one, besides things are moving fast or you're moving fast? Maybe this is the way people are seeing you. We're going to go ahead and get, as many cards as I'm like, are we going to take this? Oh, I feel like there's something spilling over. Like with the cards want to like spill over a little bit. Boom, death. Yeah. Oh, are you running away from something? Oh, that's interesting. Because now I have the death card, and this is like my, okay, running away from, so this came out, you saw how that came out, right? Like in the horizontal. I take as the cards fall, that's how they tell the story to me. As a reader, I know it can be really, as a new reader, really difficult to like even think about. Yeah, I've got this like annoying, and that's not even where my zits are. My zits are over here. I've got this annoying, and I keep like, there's something in your midst. There's something that's trying to distract you little by little. I'm getting like death by tiny increment. Oh, did I just say death? And we have the death card. Oh, okay. Yeah, no. Okay. And then we have the 10 of inspiration. And you're on the fence of ending something with something because life is speeding up. I think you feel that if life, okay, what's the T on you? People don't know. They feel like you've ended something. It could be a workplace scenario. It could be a relationship. It could be a degree program. That's coming in very strongly. I'm getting like educational. There's something here, like people, the gossip is, because, this is what people are saying about you. It's not what you're doing. So sometimes I have to take myself out of it. The gossip is that like you are ramping up. They don't know what it is. You have ended something. And it looks over here, it's like this 10 of inspiration. People want to say this is another ending, but I don't think this is, just because I read intuitively and I was guided. I had a totally different deck to read, and I was guided to this one. Particularly, like, look at this. Like when we talk about the 10 of Wands, it's also like it's the culmination. Okay. Yeah, there is a project. There's something that okay, two groups. You have ended something like a relationship or a friendship group or a job or a degree program or something along those, decided to move churches, something that's significant that's within the community, because we are talking about gossip. So this isn't just a personal issue. It's something you've been on the fence on, or you still are on the fence on, but I definitely see you, like it's that Henry David Thoreau quote where he says, and I took the road less traveled. Right? It's like, it's not pretty, and it's not awesome, and it's not what everybody else would, you are definitely, people are seeing you as like totally going off the radar, or at least going off the rails in their opinion. I feel a lot of, it's really interesting. It's like before the pandemic, people were like, oh, that person gets to work for themselves and this, that, and the other. Two of inspiration. Yeah, they don't want you to move on. Why? But like the two of inspiration, especially this one particularly, it's like in the sand dunes or whatever. I honestly don't even feel like it has anything to do with you. I think it has to do with like being like in the dunes and like with this telescope and this just like feeling very isolated. I just feel like when people see you, or even contemplate you moving forward, it makes them feel more in the desert. It makes them put a mirror or see the mirage that they've been, let's talk about this. They've been on an oasis, and we talk about all this desert speak and this mirage, this thing that's been floating in the distance, like this keeps coming up, this word, like the goalpost being, but I think this is goalpost that other people put for themselves, like I'm going to do it next Monday. I'm going to do it tomorrow at 6 p.m. I'm going to do it this, that, and the other. When you move, it makes other people realize how stagnant they are. That's why it's kind of like going into a job. Like if you've ever been like a waiter or waitress or bartender, or a real estate agent, anybody that's ever made money, a salesperson that has made money by their own merit, and then you go to like a salaried job and you're like, oh, so no matter how much more that I work or outpace these people or whatever, I'm going to get paid the same, and they're going to continue to make my job and my life a living hell because they don't want me to like exceed or make them look bad by like just doing my actual job. Like there is something here where you're making the gossip is. Oh, okay, yeah, now it's turning sour. It's like, who do they think they are? They're just so bougie. They think they're better than us. They're this, that, and the other. It's getting a little snarky. But it's just because I feel people, like now I'm getting like the vision of, what is that? Like in the Pentecostal church where they talk about not the rain, where they disappear, the rapture. Yeah, it's like rapture and the clothes, like, yeah, no, I think, I have this, can I speak? I had this energy in the past couple of readings where it's people are like, they're not even thinking about you, they're just thinking about themselves and what it makes them look like, especially if they were ever like seen with you or associated with you or something like that. And I think they're and I don't think anybody's really paying attention, but I think they are. Also with death, I mean, we have death and then another ending here. Antelope spirit, people may not see this as a big deal. You may be a Sagittarius or have strong fire placements here. But it's just this fast moving energy. I mean, you are out of sight, out of mind. No, you are out of sight and you are all on mind. I think you are out of sight, out of mind. Like, you're not in front of me. I'm not paying it. Yeah, tunnel vision. Like we used to say this about one of the pilots as a flight attendant. Oh my gosh, I'm not going to call his name out. But when we would get into a certain base, he would drive the plane like it was stolen to get back to the gate. Or whatever. But I mean, I have never gotten out of LaGuardia so many times. You know who you are, sir. So quickly. Because he was like out the gate, jumped planes, whatever it is, so he could get home and he could get home to his family and whatever. It's like, you know, the 1% of pilots. Sorry guys, but you know who you are. You're all watching me and you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, there's something here about people I don't even think that they're trying to keep up, but I think they're still a little butthurt about being left behind. And I don't think that it's even a matter of left behind. I don't even know if they were big blips on your radar, but what I do feel is that they were, these are people that see not being associated with you anymore like that. Like it's definitely just more like an ego blow of not being able to like tell the stories or talk about you or like have a quick quip or like even just kind of a gnarly story. I also think there's a lot of people here that are really like, you're my best friend, you're my best friend, and they like kind of talk shit about behind your back, and they don't know whether you know whether they were doing that or not. And I think that your absence reveals that, but I don't think they're, you know, yeah. So let's get on to pile number 2. Let's shuffle some cards. Pile number 1. I feel like this is just like a to be continued, like every week. A running theme. I've definitely learned that with the readers that I have connected with in the past. Like if somebody's picking up on my story, I listen to all of the signs, because then I can start picking up on everything that's going on around me. And when I thought I was being all like low vibe and everything like that, like who's jealous or this, that, and the other, that's like some of the smartest shit I've ever done to myself or done for myself. Why? Because it's like you don't want to believe crappy things about people, but my goodness. It damn sure happens. And I was a Pollyanna and no more. I learned my lessons. Y'all know who you are. Okay. Pile number 2. Yeah, I feel like there's this, okay, let's just go back quickly to pile number 1. I feel like there's a karmic spanking going on here, and I don't feel like it's you. I don't feel like it's, because I'm not feeling like vengeful. I'm feeling tired. Not tired, I'm feeling content. I'm feeling like I just got out of that reading and it was just kind of like, that sucked, but I guess it's what needed to happen. You know what I mean? I don't feel like there's any animosity or anything on your side. Yeah, you know what the word is? The word for pile number 1 is anticlimactic. You didn't give people, you didn't give people the show or the story that they were looking for when they decided to bring the fuckery. You know, I don't think that you, I'm just hearing, I didn't get no satisfaction. Yeah, there are definitely some people that were looking for you to like be irate. or flip, or just start talking shit, or just, you know, be bitter or point the finger. And I think you just picked up your skirts, like walked over the body and like kept it moving. I thought these were going to be shorter, but they're not. I think I took like a 7-minute intro. We're at 15 minutes. These might go short. We'll see. If I'm in flow, I'm in flow. It's not a big deal. But I will be getting a microphone for everybody that's like, I can't hear you right now. And I totally understand that. I can try and move you a little closer, but then you wouldn't see the cards. And I feel it's important for you to see where the cards fall. Pile number 2. Pile number 2. Do a little clearing here. Yeah, I feel like there's just a lot of energy. Pile number 1, you got a lot of people. They've got eyes. Yeah, eyes on you. Okay. Pile number 2. We are going to do that pile then. I'm looking forward to microphone. I don't know if I want to get the lapel mic. Okay, yeah, no, I'm getting into Virgo energy. I'm feeling like very organized all of a sudden. Now I'm like, I've got plans. I'm also feeling very focused. Like, I don't even want to look at the camera. Yeah, no, I feel like you're in like a really big focus push or something. I feel like you just don't want to be distracted. Okay, so let's get an overall energy. And I use the exact same words, pardon me. Oh, that's kind of gross, but it's just going to happen. Let's see here. Pile number 2, let's get an overall energy for where you're at. But I will say that I'm like, I feel like very like, is it Taurian? No, it's definitely Earth. I feel like I'm at a 3 of Wands. I feel like something's about like to crest. I feel like there's like a wave about to crest. I feel like where we're talking about momentum in pile number 1, it's like if you were like in the ocean. I'm getting all these surf, like these ocean waves where it's like, yeah, you're building momentum. But here I feel like something's about to crash on the beach. But I'm also seeing like people that weren't ready for it getting taught, like gasping for air. You might have been a little underestimated. Pile number 2, okay. Okay, I'm like, see, I love when you can see the cards. Can you see where they fall? Sing your own song, not in reverse. Canary spirit. Okay. Let's see overall. It's really interesting because they want me to take it in reverse, which we need to do. But I can't not think of it in reverse. Clarify, okay, not, okay, just, okay. Yeah, there's this, sing your own song, which is like, okay, so when I see it in the upright, it's like, this is the universe, like when I'm like, what should I be doing? What kind of work? And I'm like, just do your own thing. Like, go watch something, whatever. In reverse, so what's the gossip on you? You're not doing your own thing. You're not just, okay. Yeah, I feel like this is a build-up. I feel like, oh, yeah, under the cover, now I just saw, like, covers. There's something, I feel like, okay, you're moving in silence. That's the gossip on you. You're doing your own song, but you're not talking about it. You're moving in silence. I like you, pile 2 already. You're like my ninja. My spiritual ninja. Y'all know it. Y'all know what the deal is. Springtime, that Aries full moon, that beautiful, oh yeah, you're like, not today, Satan. It's sorry. And like nobody would think like the canary and Satan would like look alike, but look at the the imagery here. I know it doesn't look exactly like, but it looks when we look at cards intuitively, it's always about the the energy. It's not always about the energy, but like here, it's just there's a little bit of a mirroring here in the imagery of how it came out. Let's see what's here on the bottom. Yeah, it's like singing your own song. You're like, I will, but like I'm trying to like stay under the radar with this. We've got this ton of inspiration at the bottom. Yeah, I definitely feel like this is pile 2, like part 2. This is like, oh gosh. If y'all haven't watched Alice, because when you start her and Santero, Like, they are definitely readers where each reading builds on the other. And I'm starting to get that feeling with mine. Like, I definitely feel like if pile 1 resonated with you, pile 2 is going to resonate with you in a couple weeks or something along those lines. We all move through energy differently. Okay, so we're going to put this here, but yeah, you're doing your own thing, but it's under the radar. I feel like you walked away from something, someone, some type of situation or something that was the devil, and maybe just the devil of you. Now I'm hearing the devil of you, like devil will be not in the details, but it'll be the devil of me. Or no, that's not even the word. Oh, Ace of Emotions, yeah. You turned your back on something. We've got the Ace of Emotion, the Ace of Cups. And like, look how much this is. It might have been like a really big thing. Because like, you know, I could have used another deck. Where it was just like this cup that's overflowing, but this particular ace of, it's just like you've got the starfish, you've got the fish, you've got the clams. I feel like you walked away from something very, very significant, and nobody knows where you are. That's another thing. It's like, oh yeah, I just heard under the sea, under the sea. Down, oh gosh, I named my dog after Sebastian, my first dog, my first puppy. Purebred, Cocker Spaniel. Never get a purebred again. I'll adopt them, but I won't buy one or purchase one. But, under the sea. Yeah, there's something here where people like, oh yeah, I'm getting like this whole like fishbowl, aquarium type of vibes. Like, people think that you got something going on under, yeah, like you're having fun, like you got a whole different, like, I'm like, do I go there? I won't go that personal. Can I get another? Eight of Voices. Yeah, you're not in your head. You're not worried about anybody. Yeah, I think that might be one of the biggest things is like sing your own song. You're like sing your own song on steroids, right? You're like, yeah, I'm going to sing my song and then some. I'm not going to talk to anybody. I'm not going to do anything. You're not in your heads, but I think people are in their heads about you not being in your head about them. Everybody is so concerned about you, pile 2, but it's not because they're concerned about you. It's because they're concerned about how they are to you, or there's something here, right? It's like this. It feels very, if you speak tarot speak, Six of Pentacles-y. I think I'm just getting like a bunch of thumb suckers. I don't even know where this is going. This is like, oh my gosh. They don't want it to end. We got death in reverse. There's so we have death and the devil with, I mean, it's not even, there's only 2 major arcana, but it's still like a big fat deck here. Yeah, no, what's the gossip on you? People can't let you go. People can't stop talking about you. People can't stop, I'm hearing like co-conspire on you. Interesting. But I just heard, but if you don't arrive, they can't do it. Oh. Maybe you like disappeared. Maybe you ghosted. Did you ghost? Or did they ghost you? Or did they just never have access to you in the first place? I don't know. Like, I'm getting that, it's the card from the Mystical Shaman, if anybody knows it. It's the Mystical Shaman deck, and it's card 22, and it's the dancer. That's like in the smoke. Like, it's very, you know, it's 22, it's that master number, it's that duality, it's this nobody. Yeah, there's something about you. There's I don't know, it's like an inking or a misting. Oh, yeah, there's an inking or a misting going on about you. It's really interesting. So what's the gossip on you? I'm like, let's wrap this up because that just said 20 more minutes. Yeah, there's all this moving. Oh, yeah, you know. Yeah, you walked away from something. It's a group. It's not a person. It's we have 8 of Emotions with the Magician. I feel like as soon as you walked away from this, you started like, this isn't even just manifesting. I feel like what was taken out of your way, or I don't even think it was taken out of your way. I don't feel there's no tower energy here. I feel like you are the tower. You may have some Scorpio, whatever, but here we have I feel like you immediately got to work on what you needed to do, and people can see this. We got a 4 of Cups with the Queen of Wands. I feel like there are people here. I don't feel like when this happened that there was anybody like, hey, what's going on? Or worried about you or talking. I don't think that you had any support. I think you just like, it was like, okay, like, because this is an emotional walking away, but it's also like this, like, okay, I'll take that energy and I'll just transmute it. And now we have this 4 of Wands, and like, it's like, yeah, it's this energy that everybody wants. And they're like, let's do it together. Let's be friends, all 4 of us in a circle, sharing the same energy. And you're like, yeah, nah, bro. Like, this reminds me, I was just talking to somebody about this yesterday, and it's that Marilyn Monroe quote that says, if you didn't appreciate me or like me, I know I'm butchering it, and I apologize to anybody that knows what I'm talking about, but it's just saying, if you didn't appreciate me or take me for who I am when I was in the depths of despair or my dark night of the soul or just not doing awesome, you damn sure don't deserve me when things are starting to look up for me. And yeah, 8 of Voices, you are very, in reverse here, you're very unbothered about it. And I don't feel like this is always the case. I feel like you're definitely a person that was just like, man, I thought these, but they're not. And so I feel like you're just, like with this canary, because canary in the coal mine, canaries were brought, they were so sensitive, right, that they were the first to die, and then you would know something was going down in the coal mine. You are in reverse here. You have a thick skin. You may be as sensitive as the canary, because you're still, a canary is a canary, but the canary that knows, like, just at the first whiff of whatever, people are going to start offing themselves or whatever. Oh, I'm not, okay, this is a totally bad analogy. I don't know about, like, birds offing themselves. Although I did have a bird, oh, we won't get into that, but if somebody's watching, you know what I'm talking about. Here we have Canary Spirit, like, sing your own song. It's like, I just feel like you shut everybody down and nobody really knows. And I feel like they're regretting the fact that they don't know because they never took the time to really get to know you. There's just, yeah, there's a lot of regret. There's a lot of, like, also people realizing that you're much more of a loner than they thought you were. And I think people have a really hard time connecting with that type of energy. Like, I don't, you know, that's definitely something that I can resonate with. So very interesting pile number 2. I'm going to go ahead and plug you in because I don't want you to, this is going longer than I thought, but I'm really enjoying the process. So let's plug you in. Okay. What I do know is that my phone is still going, so if it, we'll figure it out. Okay, pile number 3. What's the gossip? Pile number 2 is like a weird kind of feeling there. I don't know, it was, yeah, it's that Ghost Dance. That's the card I was thinking of. Okay, pile number 3, I'm pitting out right now. What does that mean? I'm like, all of a sudden, like, I got this rush of, is this anxiety? Oh my God, are you my anxiety pile? Yeah, I'm getting like interview pit out right now. I don't like it. Pile number 3, what's the gossip on you? Yeah, is it dread? Is it anticipation? People don't realize it is anticipation. Is it anticipation? What is it? Pile number 3. Might be dread, anxiety, dread, nervousness, anxiety, dread, anxiety. Turtle Spirit. Slow and steady wins the race. Panther Spirit in reverse. Reclaim your power. There's the anxiety. Okay, that's what it is. That's interesting. Is it your anxiety or is it someone else's anxiety? No, all of a sudden I'm getting family vibes. Oh yeah, no, I feel like I'm tapping into like parents right now. I'm hearing like emasculation. I'm hearing, yeah, no, I've lived with a lot of different people in a lot of different areas. Like I'm definitely getting vibes of like you should have been a lawyer, you should have been a doctor, you should have been something along those lines. What's the gossip around you? Why is this like, is this a group? Slow and steady wins the race. I feel like you're in a steady, I feel like you're actually really solid. I feel like it's the other people. Well, I mean, it is a gossip breed, but yeah, no, this feels like a family with this 4, like the double 4, you know, we talk about like foundations in the tarot, the 4 of Wands, and this is like in a diamond shape here, and it's this reclaim your power. But also when we talk about like the panther here, and it's got the crown on the head, and I start thinking about like archetypes, well, not archetypes, but like when you go into, like let's say we go into England and they have the like the crest, like the family crest. There's this, yeah, and there's such a dichotomy also of like the coloration. This is like this, don't you know who you are? This, you're supposed to like carry on the family emblem or whatever, or the family business or whatever, and you're like, I'm just doing, like, this is the party animal, but like maybe you're like the middle child or the youngest, so you're just like, I don't care. I'm like, you know, slow and steady. I'm just doing the, yeah, no, I definitely feel like there's this partition because this came out in reverse. It feels like you're like turning your back on. I mean, look at the turtle compared to the, like, I'm totally channeling right now. Yeah. There is something here. The gossip on you is you are moving away from whatever was established or whatever thought people you would, like, away from the thought, whatever people thought you were going to be or you were meant to be or whatever. There's something along those lines where you are just totally blowing people out of the water, like perceptually. And you're just like, I'm gonna have a little turtle do my little thing. And they were like, don't you remember where you came from? Like, I'm getting like some mafioso vibes. I'm not gonna lie. Like, that's some like big ass family energy. Like, okay, you may definitely, like, I'm getting specifically family because I've just, everything that I've watched today and like the past, like definitely like a immigrant family type of background where they're like, I brought you here, our family sacrificed everything so you can have a better future, like this guilt trip type of stuff. Harness your power, but harness your power for the family and not do this solo dolo, like whatever. And you know what? I am talking to someone that is just like, oh my gosh, and it just fell backwards. You weren't always this way. This is something learned. This is a new, you might have just been setting boundaries for the first time in your life. And we're talking about the sea turtle, right? So it might be when we talk about emotions, right? This is the dark. These are the things in the dark. When we talk about Panther, look at the coloring of this card. This is things that aren't spoken about. This is things that have always been. This is the dark that reaches out and grabs your ankle when you're coming out of your mother's. You know what I'm talking about here. But here we have the turtle spirit where you're just like out of the womb, out of those eugenics, out of like, you know, out of the canal and like into like a new, yeah, and I don't like using the black sheep, but I think you could be definitely the person that just never felt, well, it's not, it never felt, because, you know, that would be the first child if we were going to get into something like that. I don't think that that's that. I think it's something where you're just like, I always felt things were like nice and easy, and maybe I needed to go into my shell or whatever, but things have always, like, I've just always kind of floated along here, and people want to impose something thicker or darker or something, or their own. I think it's a lot. Maybe people are just really annoyed by the fact that you're like enjoying your life. God forbid. Emperor in reverse. Now I'm starting to get like daddy vibes, right? There's this juxtaposition, like, because we have the Emperor in reverse, and it's like, oh, okay, yeah, no, this is the expectation of you. The gossip on you is, yeah, all of the expectations have been, and you have put down the, you put down the ones. You're like, I don't care. I don't care. That you don't even think, because, oh, I'm really getting like some really big misogynistic vibes here. I am not going to lie. Where you were like, you're supposed to be the emperor, but you're like the empress, like, because this deck is all females. So it's like they still, like, even though they saw you as an emperor or like emperor energy, they still like kind of put you in their mind like in this like less than type of role, and then you're like in the reverse. I'm also getting kind of that, oh yeah, no, I don't like it. It's ick vibes there. We're not going to even get into that or bring that language into my reading. Thank you very much. So if you're already getting triggered or weirded out by my reading, you can go ahead and click off. It is a choice, okay? Because I can feel your energy. So that being said, with the sun, you know, the sun never is in reverse on my deck, so you can go suck it, whoever you are that's like trolling right now. We've got this night. I'm serious. Yeah, no, there's definitely some energy of like some father, some ex-lover. There's some like wannabe lover. There's someone that like, I'm getting like a thumb. Like, who do you think you are? Like this beautiful patterning on this beautiful turtle that's just like, I'm doing my own thing in the water, and they're just like, I just want to crush you, but I don't want anybody to think that I am. It's like, yeah, it's like this backhanded type of whatever, like, oh, you're so special and you're so this, that, and the other, but you sure you don't want to do that? You sure your nose is like swollen up? There's this yeah, I'm getting this like, I don't like it. And I'm getting that, you know, also anybody that's grown up in a like an immigrant family, like they have no issues, and I'm talking about all immigrants. You get to America and they're like, we have child protective services. In other countries, we're like, what the fuck you're talking about? We've been hitting our children for whatever. Yeah, no, there's something here with like a lot of like physical abuse, like this, like I'm getting this cowering, like this backhanded. I keep getting backhanded, but it's not backhanded compliment. It's just backhanded shit. Ooh, sorry. Like, y'all get me, y'all. Yeah, the Ace of Voices. I don't even know what, oh my God, with the Eight of Inspiration. And a King of Wands in reverse. This is truth, and this is conversation. We've got an Eight of Swords, and we have an Ace of Swords and an Eight of Swords, which is a Nine of Swords. Between the two of them, it's a lot of mental action, but this is conversation, this is truth, and this is someone saying no, because this Muse of Inspiration, this is the King of Wands, this is the King of Wands who's like, we're going to move forward on this, we're going to set together this, you know, when he's in this position, I have to remember that we're doing a mirror image here, is like a motherfucker. Not monetized yet, we're going to roll with this. This is the person that, this is the gaslighter. This is the person that will breadcrumb you till the days go home. This is the person that'll make you think that like you're, or try and make you think that like you're a crazy person. This is the person that'll take back their energy just to see how you, like, this is like shadow Scorpio / Taurus. Right, this is shadow anybody, but like, yeah, there's definitely, and I know it's supposed to be fire, we can even say a fire Leo, but I feel like even a fire Leo has a little bit more decorum than this person and the way they're operating. Pile number 3, yeah, with this King of King of Inspiration, and this, I feel like you've got somebody that's really pushing the envelope. Like, if you, let's just put it this way, if you were in politics, somebody's playing dirty. Somebody may be malaligning your name, or getting ready to, maybe thinking about it, maybe thinking about, like, now I'm getting like campaign vibes. Okay, we're gonna get some advice, because I'm like, that's a very uncomfortable energy. I feel like there's someone here that's really trying to make the decision as to whether to like start spreading lies about you. Very interesting. Well, considering it's coming out in a reading, it's probably, well, let's just see what the universe has to say for advice. Open to infinite possibilities in reverse. It's not gonna fly. The starfish is also an energy here that regenerates itself whenever, like, it gets, like, yeah. This is so somebody might go out there and, like put, like, a first round of lies. I'm getting, like, this hanging chad, this, like, false accusation. There's something that somebody wants to put out there about you just to cover something about themselves. Like, yeah, embrace the flamingo. We got Flamingo Spirit here. What's the gossip on you? I feel like the gossip on you is, will it depend on this individual? I don't think it's going to depend on this individual. I think it's going to be very short-lived with this individual. I think the gossip on you, you know, it's really, okay, I'm getting this like, this vibe of, okay, we got the under the sea. Was it with this reading? Why am I getting all of this imagery? I'm getting like there are people, okay, I feel like there are people that have messed with you and have decided to no longer do that. I feel like there are people that have learned their lesson, and then I feel like there's someone else that's looking to do the same thing that these other people did, and just, I feel like these other people are just letting them do it. It's very interesting. I feel like the people that kind of hated on you or whatever in the past are kind of now like, ha 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 ha. You should go ahead and try and see what happens. It's like this double negative, weird ass. I'm getting like oxymoron. There's this, I feel like there's somebody that wants to take you down a peg, but it's not just like in a, I feel like there's somebody in here that, I feel like there's somebody, yeah, I feel like there's somebody in the mix that is threatened or doesn't feel good about you or something along those lines, and is expressing this to other people that have already felt this about you. And I feel like they're on their own with this. I feel like somebody's walking into a minefield of who you are, and they don't know what they're doing, and other people are allowing to do that, maybe to take the heat off of them, maybe for some sense of whatever. There's something here where something's about to blow, and I don't think the person that's lighting the fire has any idea. They don't have any history, or they don't know the history. There's something here. Yeah, I go, because I'm looking at the triangle of my tripod here. There is a situation where everybody knows you or something. Yeah, because we're talking about you from one certain way or another, and there's someone that knows you from all of those certain places or people. There's like, there might be like the linchpin or whatever, and they're trying to do something, and I think everybody's just kind of waiting to see like what happens, because I think they've all tried it before. What's the gossip on you? That you were highly protected, but nobody's willing to man up to what they did to you, so they're just waiting for this other person to like maybe take the fall for it. It's coming in very strong. Okay. Gossip reading. Pile number 3. Why'd you have to be so intense? I love y'all. We'll see you on the flip. Alright, if you're interested in a personal reading, details are in the description box. We'll see you next week. Bye.